Let's try a basic systems of equation word problem. The sum of two numbers is 12, and the product of the same two numbers is 35. Set up two equations and two unknown variables to find these numbers algebraically. So, although we could guess and probably get the answer right, let's just try to set this up. The sum of two numbers is 12. The word sum means that we're adding. And we could use a and b or x and y. We'll just use x and y. The word is means equals. So the sum of the numbers x and y is 12. So we have our first equation and two variables. Congratulations. Many word problems involve setting up the two equations, and the rest is algebra, and it's easier. However, the product of the same two numbers, x times y, this is equation number 2, is means equals 35. So there we have it. Once you take a word problem and convert it to algebra, it's not that hard. So now we need to either use substitution or elimination. In this case, we'll use substitution. We isolate for one variable to find the other. So it doesn't really matter which one we isolate for. We're going to isolate for y in order to find x. Y is equal to 12 minus x. I'm throwing this positive x over the equal sign. We're going to substitute this y value here. So plugging equation 1 into 2 here, we have x times 12 minus x equals 35. We'll use distribution. 12x minus x squared equals 35. Let's throw everything to the right. We have 0 equals x squared minus 12x plus 35. And then in this grade, we learn how to factor. What times what becomes this expression here? 7 times 5 is 35. And negative 7, negative 5 becomes the coefficient, negative 12. This is trinomial factoring. So therefore, what times what equals 0? If x is 7, 7 minus 7 indeed is 0. 0 times anything is 0, so this is correct. X minus 7 is a factor. It has to be 0 because anything times anything is 0. Anything times 0, if this is 0, 0 times anything is 0. So x equals 7. Again, x minus 5 could also be a factor that's 0. So x equals 5 is another possible answer. Let's just pick x equals 5 and see what happens. When x equals 5, we know what x is. It's 5. It means we can find y. 5 plus y equals 12. So therefore, y is equals 12 minus 5, which is 7. So one possible set of numbers is 5, 7 as your x and y variables. On the other hand, if we said that x is 7, let's see what happens. Suppose this x value is 7. 7 plus y equals 12. So therefore, y equals 12 minus 7, which is 5. So when you say that the possible two numbers are 7, 5, it's kind of the same thing as saying 5, 7. So hopefully you can get this solution using algebra, or perhaps you can even guess. What plus what is 12, but multiplies to be 35. All right, we're just about done. True or false? Teenage YouTubers who make millions annually do not have to pay income tax because they're not yet an adult. And the answer is false. Most teenagers don't bother filing their income tax because they don't make enough money. Working part-time, it's hard to make $15,000, $20,000 plus dollars a year. But if you make a lot, you have to pay taxes. Question 39, true or false? As you begin your career as a recent post-secondary graduate, you pay less taxes as you claim tuition-related tax deductions. And the answer is true. When you go to school, you can actually claim tax deductions which make you pay less taxes as you make money. Finally, if you can invest $1 million throughout your career, you'll be able to generate about $100,000 each year, assuming the annual interest rate is 10%. That would be nice. So $1 million has 6 zeros. 10% of this indeed is $100,000. That is true. What kind of income is this? We call this C, portfolio income, money from your investments. Active income is you working actively to earn money, such as your salary or your hourly wage job. Passive income is income that comes to you passively without you working too hard to earn it. For example, suppose you have an online e-shop and while you're sleeping, you end up making sales online. So congratulations on completing the core BC Math 10 curriculum. I hope these practice problems were helpful. If you're able to master these problems, try working through a more complete set of questions at hunkim.com/10.